What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In today's fundamentals video, we're going over the armbar from the back. If you find this video useful, don't forget to hit the like button. Let's hop right into it. All right, so now we're attacking the armbar from the back, and just like the bow and arrow choke, this is a little easier to do from the weak side or the underside. So my left side in this situation, when I fall to my left side, I'm going to do my hand fight. Look, my hand pummels in between his bicep and his forearm. I grab the meat of the palm, peel, and pass it to my other grip. Now, that same chicken wing in hand grabs my wrist like a figure four. Now my goal is to get my arm over his head. Because Frank's chest is so high, if I try to pull it over, his head and his arms get in the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my left leg, my bottom leg, as high up on his torso as I can. I'm going to be doing the same thing as I did in the bow and arrow. I need to get my left leg light. So I'm pushing on his hip with my top leg, pushing down towards his legs and down towards the mat. Boom. My leg gets light. Now I can bring it up as high up on his torso as possible. The closer my hips are to his shoulders, the easier it is for me to get the armbar. So left leg high up on his torso, and now you see his head is lower. It's easier for me to loop my arm, not letting go of my grips, over his head. My elbow should not be extended here. I'm going to tuck it behind his head, almost like I can use it to lift his chin right here, like a pillow for him to lay on. And now I want to bring him to the other side. As I bring him to the other side, pushing with my figure four and my leg, my right leg comes over his head. I sit up, gluing his tricep to my chest here. And now I'm attacking the wrist, breaking the grip, and finishing the armbar. So we've already got our figure four with the hands here. And the main problem, I already talked about this a little bit, is that people can't get their arm over their head. And if I'm trying to do this without moving my legs at all, by just pulling, if Frank pulls down with his arms at all, there's zero chance of me getting my arm over his head and being able to wedge him over to the other side to get my armbar. So, foot on the hip, pushing down. I want to make sure that if I just push low, look, my leg's still stuck, but if I push low and backwards, almost like I'm twisting his hips here, now I can get my leg high, okay? This makes it easy for me to loop my arm over his head. Now, one of the main issues is that people leave their arms straight. When they leave their arms straight, I am actually potentially getting armbarred here because Frank could just pull my arm across his head and that could make me tap. So without keeping my arm straight, I need to think about keeping it bent, like I'm elevating, like that pillow that we were talking about, right? Having a pillow behind his head to wedge on. And that's actually what helps me kind of push him to the other side too. Now, similar to our bow and arrow, if I push him to the other side and I don't move this leg, and he lays on top of my leg, this is a big issue for me because I can't get my leg back over his head to finish the armbar. We go back. Compare that to as I push him across. I'm using my bottom leg and my forearm on his face to push him across. As I push him, look, my leg's coming out. He falls into my hips. And I sit up. Now I can finish my armbar. Another problem that people have is they'll get their leg high and they'll be doing everything right, but instead of pushing with their leg and their arm, they'll just try to throw their leg over. And when I throw my leg over like this, now I'm potentially getting stacked because Frank can turn onto his knees, start pulling his arm out, and this is bad for me. When I'm in this position, I need to make sure that I'm not reaching with my leg in front of his face. This gets me stacked. I need to make sure that instead I'm pushing with my bottom leg, and as he starts to tip, you guys will feel that tipping point, right? As he starts to fall, that's when my right leg comes out, goes over his head, and I sit up nice and smooth, and then immediately thinking about getting my elbow to his wrist to break the grip, finishing my armbar. That's the armbar from the back. If you found the video useful, like, subscribe, and if you have any questions, comment below. As always, guys, stay consistent, go train.